Hello there, and welcome back to the 8th episode of the Devlog series for SCP The Cycle, the story-based horror game that I'm currently making. Yet again, I've managed to stay on schedule for this week and even get in a little extra work, so let's get started right away. First of all, as I've talked about last week, I've been working on completing SCP-914, which has been successful. The menu where you can select one of 5 options is now in place. Here you can choose between rough, coarse, 1-to-1, fine and very fine, which all have different effects on the items that you put in. Rough will completely destroy your item and turn it into a pile of ash, which is a new item that I made this week. This pile of ash cannot be reverted into the original item or any other item on any setting. Coarse will downgrade your item by 1 level, so if I were to put in a level 2 keycard, I would get a level 1 keycard in return. Do this too often, however, and you'll end up with a pile of ash again. 1-to-1 won't affect your item. In the lore, this setting will give you an item of equal value, but since there are so few items in game, it won't actually do anything. Fine will upgrade your item by 1, so if I were to process a level 2 keycard, I would get a level 3 keycard in return. There are limits to this upgrading as to keep the pace of the game balanced. For example, a level 3 keycard won't be upgraded into a level 4 keycard, so that you need to explore and actually find a level 4 keycard in-game. A very fine will randomly downgrade or upgrade your item by 1, so if I processed a level 2 keycard, I could either get a level 1 keycard or a level 3 keycard. While I was making this, I encountered a bug where the SCP-914 process would activate every frame when you hovered your mouse over an option, which was promptly fixed. I've also made the SCP-914 doors their own animation. All in all, SCP-914 is now fully complete. These doors needed slight timing adjustments because the timing and length of the animation for the SCP-914 doors is a bit different from a regular door. Then, I've been working on implementing SCP-106, a very dangerous SCP which will be attacking you throughout the game. You'll have to dodge this SCP in order to survive. You can't kill it. You can, however, stun this SCP with the Micro HID turret, a powerful electrical weapon that will be implemented later on. The pathfinding system was already in place, but I've made a slight update to it. The target coordinates for the NPCs, which are the player's X and Y coordinates most of the time, have been adjusted. I had an issue with the system sometimes couldn't locate the player because its X and Y position was touching a wall, which is forbidden area for the NPC. This position has been adjusted to the bottom of the player sprite so that this doesn't happen. Lastly, a bit on the chapters. When I first started working on this game, I had a chapter system in mind where the game would be played throughout several levels, but I've decided to make this all in one level, meaning a sort of open world game. I've made this decision because I want the story to have multiple options for the players to choose, and with separated chapters, this would be much harder to implement. It also helps with level design, because I only have to make the level once instead of several times. Now then, those were all the updates for this week, onto the goals for next week. I want to mostly complete SCP-106, meaning finalizing the pathfinding system and making him able to attack the player. I want to reduce the amount of annoying visual effects. The transparent walls and objects are nice and all, but when a lot of objects on screen are flashing at you, it gets distracting and annoying real quick. I want to change the main menu so that the chapters section becomes a screen where you can start a new game and load save files instead. And lastly, I want to get working on releasing a playable demo. I'll need to see what I need to finish up before the first section of the game would be playable. More on that next week. And that was all for this week. As always, I'm very open to suggestions, so do leave some feedback in the comments. If you want to keep up to date with the progress, consider subscribing. Bye for now, and I'll see you in the next one.